going live. Today is Tuesday. It's been a snowy day. My hair is not doing what I want it to do. And that is pretty much where we are at today. Hey, Coco. Hey, Princess. How are we doing today, babies? Hey, Luke. Coco, babe. Coco, my dear, it looks like we are having issues with bonding, or maybe there's a separation happen currently. Because when we get the two become one, that means we're getting closer. When it's in reverse, we're going away. Hello, Ken. By the way, for anybody who is new, please do check out the description. Princess, my dear, there are messages coming to you that you need to heed their warning. So keep that in mind in the next couple weeks. Hey, Brittany, sweetheart. Hopefully all the lessons and stuff have found you well. Luke. There's a respect of boundaries going on. So it can either mean that you need to set your boundaries more clear, or that you need to respect the boundaries of those around you. And my dear, let's see what we got for you. And you're welcome, Coco, sweetheart. Ken, we got new opportunity arising for you. So just embrace the change and the new opportunities coming your way. Not a problem, dear. And Brittany, there's a lot of answers that you're seeking at this time. Some of those answers can be answered within. That means that you need to look inside yourself for those answers, babe. You're very welcome, sweetheart. By the way, guys, remember to like the video, help share the video with friends. And there's the cookie of doom. God, my hair is just, it's its own little person today. Do-do-do-do-do. That's why I'm going away for a while. Thank you, love. You're very welcome, sweetheart. So the question is, will I still be hearing from you? Okay. So, see Cookie of Doom. You got messages from loved ones who are passed away. They're trying to come through and trying to talk with you, but it seems like it's being blocked. Just try to open yourself up a little bit more to receive these messages, baby. You know what I haven't seen for a while is I haven't seen Gabby for a while. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you, Christine. Which, by the way, my dear, keep on pushing forward. Be vigilant. I know right now it seems like you're going through the mud pretty much. But, yeah. Where I'm going, I can't talk to anyone. But since I get out, I will. My head is screwed. And I'm going to check into a hospital and get my head straight. My wife has made this so much worse for me. Baby, you got to do what you got to do for yourself, honey. And if you ever need to talk or ever need me, you know where I'm at. Hello, Jeannie, my dear. You need to seek the truth, my sweetheart. And once you start seeking the truth, things are going to become a lot clearer for you. Like, I almost want to do a reading first, but I just need to go. Baby, you need to do what's good for you and your mental health. Like, that's one of the things that we cover here on this channel and stuff, you know. When it comes to your mental health, you got to work on that first and foremost. all we can do is just be here when you need us. And we're always here to listen. We're always a place for you to fall back on. Everything, and I will be back. It's canceling my subscription because I come back, I'm going hard. Honey, you don't worry about the subscription. Just do what you need to do. And once you come back, if you want to pick up where you left off, that's fine. And I'll be here waiting on you. Don't worry about it. Hey, Ty, how we doing, baby? You need to focus on knowing you belong, my dear. And I notice this comes up for you a lot. I don't know if it's just like in your mind you feel like maybe you don't belong when in reality you do. But yeah, Britt, I'm not canceling. Oh, well, either way, whatever you do, Brittany, I'm here for you. If you ever want to talk or they allow you to talk or whatever, you got to do what's good for you. So, giving Bear some love for me. I came on to tell you that I'm going to pack. Much love. I'll email you when I get back. Not a problem, baby. I'll be right here waiting for you. Hopefully you can get the things that you need, baby. Hopefully you can get the things that you need. Jenny. I've been focused on looking for the truth this week, so that's right on. This week has been odd. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like a week that just feels like ripping past the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, over the last couple of months, it's just been one of those things, Ooh, Sarah, I am so sorry, sweetheart. I missed you. I missed your hello. I missed your rose. But you do need to ground, baby. You need to ground your energies and refocus that energy, sweetheart. Which, by the way, it was great talking with you last night. It was very fun. Last night I had trouble sleeping too, so it helped. I know, it just seems like for me personally, I'm used to getting, criticisms and stuff like that. But after a while, it's just like, you know what? Half these people that say shit wouldn't even say it to my face. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm just like learning to take the punches and rolling with them and try not to let the Scorpio side come out. And there's a song that gets me pumped up every time I hear it. And it's Boston something. Can't remember the exact name of it, but I know it's one of those Irish fight songs where it just gets you ready to go. It's been one of those. Do we need to send the execution out to someone? No, I don't know. It's just kind of been one of those things it's just energy some people give off, you know what I mean? Let me see if I can lighten this up. There we go. This weekend, we had a few people inquire about the coven, which one of them, like I said, is good. And then the other one just was very grounding will help. Too many directions and ideas. I can be consolated. By the way, I did finally get a reply back to the girl that's trying to set up full moon rituals. She kindly declined the offer, somewhat kindly. So I told her that the offer was always open if she ever wanted to use it. Which I think the tattoo therapy I'm going to get next month is going to help. It'll give me a reminder when I look down, because most of my tattoos are either on my chest, my neck, or my back. So having something that I'll see every day on my forearm I think that will kind of help keep me grounded, so to speak. Hello, gold eyes. Let's see what we got for you today. You're being blocked by keeping your thoughts to yourself, my dear. This is blocking you. So you need to speak more. Share your thoughts, even if it may not work for anyone else. You're very welcome, honey. That's why I got my orca on my arm after surgery. I know, man. It's like one of those things where, like, something so simple. Fuck my life. Simple. Apparently, I need to go to temple. Fuck. Simple as a tattoo is just, it's amazing what it can do. But I am going to tell you guys this. I do got something that I'm going to end up doing. It's going to be how to make your own rosary. Which, by the way, we're not going to go old school where you take your herbs, you dry them out, basically burn them, roll them into a ball, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But it will be a simpler version that you could do with your kids, you could do for yourself. And plus, the method that I'm using, you could use it for worry stones, you can use it for amulets, use it to form god or goddess statues, totems. Which it'll probably be March or April before you guys see that video. Hello, amazing me. How are we doing, my dear? Which I can't wait. Depending if I get a lot of readings this week or when the hubby gets paid, I'm going to buy some lamb. I have had the hunkering for some gyros, and I need lamb to do it. Let's see. Amazing me, my dear. There's a sacrifice that you need to make, and you need to stop reflecting and take action. Oh, yeah, I'm doing good. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if it's just I'm constantly thinking, but, right, lamb is muy caliente. But, I don't know. It's like my mind's always turning and always thinking of things. And then, like, you see stuff, like, that's going on in the world, and it just kind of makes you go, oh. And then you have those, like, euphoric life things come up, and you start thinking about them, and you start writing. Like, I love to write. One of my goals eventually is to write a book on the path that I walk and I lead and stuff like that. But it's just interesting to see the direction in which humanity goes, you know. Poor lamb chop. Plus, last night it snowed, and when I say it snowed, it was like 8 inches of snow. No lamb for me. The smell of cooking doesn't appeal to me. Prime rib, though. Prime rib's pretty good. I'm not going to deny some rib. But it's got to be like good rib. You know what I mean? Like where they've cooked that morsel of fat down to where you just get that beautiful tender meat. It's like over the weekend I had some stew. And I think it's a texture thing for me. I don't like the taste of fat in my meat. A lot of snow. More tonight. Is there going to be more tonight? And like, it was funny because when I was eating this Guinness stew, which was good, I'm pulling out this chunk of fat and they're just looking at me and I'm like, it's fat. I'm like, yeah, you got to have it in it. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying it's texture thing. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. I wish I didn't like the taste of that. See, Jenny, depending on how somebody reads that, depends on the context in which they take it. I don't know, man. Like, I'm just weird. That's all I can say. I'm a weird individual. You know, at one point, oh, there it is. I was about to say, at one point, I had some hair ties. Like, I don't mind it, like, on a steak. Because most of that is just, like, really, like, you know, small fat. But, like, a big chunk of, like, weird is fabulous. By the way, for anybody coming in, please make sure to like. And if you want a reading, you just got to let me know. Ham Kim. Hey, baby, how we doing? There's an embracing of masculinity coming your way. So this could mean that there's a gentleman coming in, or it could also mean that you are going to start appreciating the male aspects of life, so to speak. Like that male energy. That dominate, which, you know, I kind of wonder sometimes, like, you know, when we think of the male versus female aspects, what was the basis off of it? You know what I mean? Because there's some women who are more dominant than men and vice versa. So I kind of wonder sometimes how that was. Was it just like, well, this is what we think it is, or this is what we want it to be perceived as versus what it is? Should have had more coffee today. I also need to start drinking more water again. Bad habits die hard. Plus the hubby, he had to work in this crap last night. So I ended up staying up till like 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody perceives it different, probably. I think so. But I don't know if it's just like what we get fed into the media. But it does seem like it's becoming more of a thing now to not just be one or the other, but be a blended. You know what I mean? I'm being blocked by my dreams. Okay, well, that one I already knew. I've been drinking bubbly water. Man, I can't stand that. What is it? Starts with a C. But it's that bubbly water. Ugh. Tastes like Alka-Seltzer. It's like, it's got that acid taste to it. Like Pop's got an acid taste, but it's got a flavor. LaCroix. Hate LaCroix. How is the healthy eating going? Actually, it's not going too bad. I mean, granted, I've ate M&Ms. So, I mean, I guess it's moderation versus denial. But it's not been too bad. I used to use bubbly water to help me stop drinking soda. I mean, I like it's not really so much the texture of the bubbles as it is the sweetness of the taste. Like, I don't know. I think for some of them, they're good. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked my water and stuff, but it's been a tweak. Like, I've been eating basically whatever I wanted. I've just been trying to eat it in moderation. And then a lot of the times I just opt out for bread. Like, I don't really eat bread that much anyway. But I'll tell you what, them Ozark Greek triple yogurt, those things were disgusting. I drink whatever the fuck that name is in the green bottle when I'm stressed. That and stuffed grape leaves. You know, I've never had stuffed grape leaves, but I would assume it's not bad. I would assume it's like a spinach wrap of some kind, just with that grapey flavor. Grapey, grapey. I'm over here playing with these cards. Do, 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 do. Welcome to the dark zone. I don't know. I just kind of feel out of it. Not like out of it like I'm not here, but just meh. In the last week, I've almost filled up one of these full. And this is my second one. Of just like different notes and different ideas and philosophies. It's just been one of those weeks. Pretty much pickled, oiled, or whatever. Pickled, oiled, or whatever. I've been trying to find some good like Easter recipes. Like, I think this year I'm just going to do ham. Because ham is good and ham is life. But I also like lamb too, so I don't know. It just really depends on the hubby. Oh, the grape leaves. Okay. Sorry, I was like, it's whatever. Whatever you want to do. What do you stuff them with? And where do you even buy grape leaves? Is that like a Jungle Gyms kind of thing? Or do they sell them at like Kroger's or something like that? Plus, I've been trying to figure out how I want to do a meetup for one of the girls that is supposed to come meet us next month. Because realistically, we don't want to have anybody that we don't know yet perform in coven activities. But since they're driving 4 hours, I'm trying to find a good medium to make it worth them driving 4 hours, along with us being able to still do the things that we want to do. One of those things. Also, what is with these Lady Gaga Oreos? Seems like everywhere I turn, everybody's like, oh my God, these Oreos. I buy them pre-made at Kroger's by the Olive Bar. Rice, pine nuts, some other lamb or chicken. No idea how they prepared them. I never bought canned ones off the shelf. Lady Gaga Oreos. Yeah, apparently they're like in this like pink package or whatever. And yeah. Can you read me, please? All day, every day. Just depends what you want. If you want a one card, that's fine. But if you want questions or in-depth, I do charge. So the choice is yours. Do, 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 do. Hello, Davy. How are you, my dear? Susan, I'll go ahead and read your free card, and then I'll read Davy's free card and get rid of any excess hair I got on me. Do, 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 do. Susan, you need to let go and surrender to the flow, my dear. Once you start trying to fight against the current and actually just go with the flow, things will become a lot easier for you in your life. Well, that's good to hear, Davy. Davy. Looks like you're looking for the light, Davy, in a situation, I'm going to assume. Just because of the other card that came out, which tells me you're not really sure what to do with the situation that's coming up in your life based off of this card and the other one I got in my hand. It's one of those things where you feel like you need to act on it, but it's not one of those things where you know exactly how you're going to act about this situation. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that prepping of oneself before they actually do something. You're welcome, Susan. By the way, my dears, please do make sure to like and subscribe. Once we do hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway on this channel, which will be a nice little basket from me. I'm going to bring out the angel deck. It's been a while. Knew that was coming in my life. Balance. Learning to balance. I wanted to see if Elsa and me would be back together. We can arrange that. You can either get 2 for $5, which is 2 questions for $5, or you can book a 30 or a 60-minute reading. It's up to you, Davy, on what poison you wish to take and how far you wish to take it. I can see where the issues lie, though. But if you want to do any of the paid readings, all my information is down below. Harmony, power. Seems like there's a lot to think about, my dear. By the way, to those of you who are new, welcome. I know, I don't know what happened to Gabby. Maybe she's just got to focus on her work, or maybe some family stuff went down. Who knows what went on with the Gabby. Probably send her an email, see how she's doing. She probably don't even know that we're live. Either that or she's just living her best life, which is all we can hope for. You can ask a question, my dear. All you got to do is look at the description below, figure out which payment option works best for you, because I do charge $5 for 2 cards. Will that 2 for $5, do we have to ask questions, or will you do a reading with those 2 cards? My question would be help, but no idea how or where. Well, it sounds to me, baby, that you need something a little bit in depth. But if you want me to, instead of doing questions and just doing like a 3-card spread type of ordeal, or like a 5-card spread, I can do that. But I normally do those in my 30s and hour readings. So it would just depend on you. Hello, Crystal Ball, my dear. I'm sorry I missed you. crystal ball, there is a need to meditate, but it would definitely be towards something of freedom. And when I say freedom, the reason I say is because, one, it was the next card. And two, because sometimes for us to fully kind of get away from situations to observe them, we've got to have this sense of freedom. So that would be something that I would meditate on, like what makes you feel free? What makes you feel the feeling light as air, so to speak? Yeah, you just gotta let me know when, Sarah. Like I told you, I'm always here. And, you know, with the readings, we can go in depth into, like, if you're just looking to figure out your spiritual purpose, your life purpose, or a little bit of both. You're very welcome, sweetheart. Seems like someone's got something dark calling to them. And I don't know which one it is. But with the two cards that came up, it does seem like something is calling to them. It's more of a darker nature. So whoever you are, I wish you luck. By the way, for anybody who is new here, check out the description. If you subscribe, you do get one free card every day that I'm live. You get one free card. Looks to me like someone needs to send her something. Whoever's dealing with friendship issues, it's time that you release it into the universe and let it go. You're not going to be able to do anything about it. Especially when I get this card pop up. Surrender and release. Letting go of what is now dead. Just remember, all beginnings always have an end. I haven't really played with some of these decks for a while. Let's see what I get off the season of the witch ones. Which I haven't really got to play with these that much since I got them. Graveyard and voices. So that tells me someone out there is getting messages from the dead. I don't know really what those messages entail for you. There are messages coming from the other life. To taste, one must swallow its whole and beneath. Hidden in the... There's also a thirst for knowledge. Thirst for understanding. I think I am going to start using some of these other decks a little bit more. After I haven't bought, because I stopped buying decks for a while, just for the reason being that I wanted to give time to play with these other decks. But I've been looking at them for so long, I'm like, maybe it's time for a new deck. Which, I thought about trying out the round decks. I just don't know how it would feel in the hand. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I think chat's lagging. Pop it out, pop it back in. Hello, hee. Go down to the description. You can either book a 30 or a 60-minute reading, or you can ask 2 questions for $5. I do accept PayPal and I do accept Cash App. Now, if you subscribe, you do get a 1 free card. It's just a general card. Nothing to do with questions and such, but it's up to you. Let's see what pops out. May you never tear the living ritual, and magic is merged within the roots. You're being the soil of your soul. Seems like there's some deep-rooted issues or beliefs that you can't pry yourself away from. I have 2 decks. Only use one. The other was my sister's. She has been gone for 16 years. I'm still not ready to use that deck. You know, you may not ever be ready to use it. But just because you don't use it to read with doesn't mean, I don't know what your spiritual path is, but that could be something that you use for communication. There's always that funny meme that goes around that's like, what would you use to summon me? That's something that you could have present, especially if you're doing spirit work to try to communicate with her. But then again, I'm not sure if that's part of your path or not, my dear. What sister? What deck did your sister use? We don't mind me asking. Not a problem, sweetheart. Either that, or if you feel like you ever want to connect with her, just pick a card. Pick one that feels right for you and place it underneath your pillow, and 9 times out of 10, you'll get a visit in your dreams. Someone's dealing with some mischief in their life. And also the mischief is caused by other people. So whoever is out there dealing with issues and you're not sure why it is all coming to you at once, it's because you got people working against you. I don't know how many people actually do spirit work. Me personally, I love doing it. I find comfort in it. Sometimes it can be chaotic. So whoever's out there not listening to their intuition, you need to start. Hello, Ashley, my dear. How are you doing? Hey, Aziel. Ashley, it's time to start the healing process, baby. Remove the veil and let the healing begin. I'm doing good. A little bit out of it, but not too bad to where I'm like, oh my God, where am I? Just kind of one of those days where sometimes shuffling the cards is very therapeutic, because as I'm shuffling them, I can clear my mind and not think of anything. And so I'll zone out forever just enjoying the clearing of one's mind. So, Aziel, my dear, we've got divination and seduction coming up for you. Seems like there's communication that you need to make that you're not being able to make verbally or within this realm of existence. And as far as the seduction goes, it could be an energy that you're drawn to, that's calling to you. I'm working on opening up to spiritual work. I blocked it for so long, but I'm starting to warm to it. You know, it's like me and my husband, we had a talk this weekend about spiritual work. Because my husband's one of those people who fear it, because he fears of the things that media and the church have perpetuated. And he gets at, well, I don't want this in my house. I don't want this, or I don't want that. And, you know, it's kind of hard when I deal a lot of spiritual work and I do a lot of things. Give me a second. I'm going to get a snack. Peanuts. Anyway, like I was saying, like, it's hard for me because I do a lot of spiritual work, but I also try to not limit my spiritual work, but I try to respect what he wants while still doing what I want. And I told him, I'm like, when it comes to spiritual work, most people fear it because they don't know enough about it. And they don't know how to protect themselves. And the only way that you can fix that is by learning more. Which, when you learn different things and you perfect them or work on them, you get this certain cockiness, I'd like to say, or a certain power energy you get from it. It's kind of like, you know, let's say you weren't good at cooking, but over the last few years you spent time working on it, and now you can cook without even a recipe. It's the same thing. And the fear that people have from it, it's like I told my husband, if I feared the things that I work with, I would never be able to work with them. Nor would I be able to do any type of spiritual work. And some people get that way, where that's all they want to do is just sit there in their house and do spirit work all day. Me personally, I don't want to be that way. But you'll notice when you start diving into spiritual work, like as far as dealing with spirits and entities that are spirit-like forms, that, how do I word this? It's almost like you get to see the things that you never got to see before. And most people think, oh, a haunted house is where they're going to be at all the time, or a haunted location, or where the ley lines. Well, let me tell you this. Anywhere you walk, anywhere you are, there's spirits all around. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean it's not there. And I think that's one of the things that spooks people when they start getting into it. because they open themselves up to it. They start to see it more, or they start to taunt things that they know nothing about. I've seen people who are like, oh yeah, this ain't real, this ain't real. And then within an experience will happen right after, or maybe they'll just get a string of weird shit happening. And then it'll finally click. And then they get scared. Fear is natural to have because it's what keeps us alive as a species. But it's also something you can overcome to an extent. It's like, I'm sure you guys have, some of you have heard of the Winchester house. To me, that house is more of a spiritual conduit than anything. Because the whole reason that she built it the way that she did is to confuse the spirits of those who were hurt by the gun that she made, or the gun that they made. But when you start putting doorways and steps that lead to nowhere, what would be the purpose of that? That's like giving somebody a key to a hidden spot in your home. At least that's how I see it. Like, I know the doorways in my home that are open. So that allows me to have more control. By the way, if anybody's wanting a reading, let me know. I'm just eating some peanuts. Or if you have questions on spirituality or working with it or whatever, just let me know. We'll talk about it. I've seen these two guys walk back and forth trying to make money shoveling snow. Which, I mean, do your grind, baby. But I know them guys have to be freezing by this point because they've been at it all day. I'm curious though, does anybody ever has anybody ever actually in this room deep dived into past lives, anything of that nature? I have lost so many to the spirit realm that it's overworking, and I'm thinking about doing spirit work. I know how I feel, baby. Like altogether, I think in my family, we have 3 of our actual, well, wait, 4, including myself, that are still alive on my side, or my mom's side, I should say. I do take questions, Destiny, right here. If you would check out the description below, it'll tell you how I do it. Hey, musician. Magician. Sorry, baby. Magician, my dear, it seems like you're not getting a lot of support in areas of information. The reason why I say that is because I got study that came up with support. But it seems like there's a lack of support for information that you're looking for. Or maybe just kind of looking for someone to kind of be in your corner. Well, thank you for understanding. It's been one of those days, you know. It's rough once the sun is gone. But I was in a hoodie outside the other day. Just got to keep moving. But once the sun is gone, I'm done. I get it. Death is one of those things that it's hard to deal with. Because you get so used to people being in your life for like decades. For area of I've been researching for area of my own on my own. What kind of area, baby? Are you talking about like location, like as far as a house, or are you talking about spiritually in that sense? Hello, Gloria. You've got new beginnings coming to you, Gloria. Just listen for the clue, the hint. Because I don't feel like it's going to be one of those opportunities that come up and is like, hey, did you hear about this? This is one of those opportunities that you stumble upon. For a security guard license. Well, that'd be pretty badass. You going to kick some ass? Take some names? Are you going to make him say a safe word? Who's your daddy? Sorry. I took that way too dark. Who's your daddy? Oh, man. There's a friend that I always say, what's your safe word? And they always say kumquat. And I'm like, who fucking has kumquat as a safe word? But I'm like, if you can say it, good power to you. Oh, thank you, my dear. It is funny, isn't it, Sarah? I got a lot of healing coming through. I think that's what we need. Like a spiritual safe word. Could you imagine some demon coming to knock at you and you're like, kumquat? What the fuck do you mean kumquat? Be gone, kumquat. Can you post your PayPal? I think it's down below, baby. Give me 1 second. I'll find it. Excuse me. No, I got peanuts in my teeth. Oh, where is it at? I always have trouble finding my link. Manage. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Try this. don't know how well that's going to help you, but that may help you. I don't know why it's so weird to find your, like, activity without having to do the stupid My PayPal link. That doesn't work. That one should work. Yeah. Well, now your in-person events show up for me. I thought that was posted on another. What? Well, now your in-person events shows up for me. I thought that was posted on another platform. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, Sarah, my dear, but okay. Hey, Envy, how we doing? How I envy you. So smart with your abbreviations. See what's going on in the life of Envy. There's a protector in your life that is blocking certain people from you. I'm not really sure who it is. I don't see it as a bad thing if someone's trying to protect you, unless it's something that you want and they're preventing you for it. I asked you about that yesterday because I couldn't find info, but I knew you mentioned it somewhere. What do you mean? My PayPal link and stuff, babe? Is that what you're talking about? By the way, for anybody coming in, I'm doing good. I'm not doing bad. I'm just kind of chill. Like, that's pretty much, I think I've meditated myself into a state of constant zen. Probably not, realistically. But it's nice to say, ain't it? No, the in-person events. I don't have any in-person events yet scheduled. But I am going to go ahead and create a Eventbrite for a online class I will be offering. And once I do that, I will be making a thing about it. I want to travel with my mom. My mummy. Hello, Jessica. If you want to travel with your mummy, my dear, and you got questions, I do charge for that. So check the description down below, my dear. Gloria, I donated. What is your questions, my dear? But as far as like a general statement, Envy, I think you do whatever feels comfortable for you. Capricorn's current feelings towards me. I feel like it's good-ish. Because we've got gain, which means they feel like they've gained something from you. Maybe it's love, maybe it's compassion. And then we've got a sense of completion, a sense of wholeness. So maybe you're something that they were looking for, or maybe you give them this feeling of completeness, pretty much. What's Cap's next actions towards me? That's a lot. Okay. Well, just so you know, these three options that are about to come up are kind of in an in-between state. And the reason I say that is because of the blank card that pops out with it. So we got the Knight of Cups, which normally the Knight of Cups is someone who overflows their emotion. And then we've got peace in reverse. So this is someone that has trouble finding peace within themselves. And pleasure in reverse. So they have trouble finding the pleasure in things as well. So I think the Capricorn's next actions are going to be based upon what you're doing. Because what I'm getting for, they don't want to be too over emotional, and they don't want it to seem like it's fueled only by desire. So I think it's one of those things where they're battling in between themselves, and they need you to give them more of a conciseness or more of a clear sign So that way they don't get lost in what they perceive versus what is. Because that, I think, stops a lot of people when they're trying to figure out what their next move should be versus what is actually coming to be. Gloria. Yes, I got Gloria. My internet is lagging, and I want to make sure that you get what you want. Okay, yes. Why are you showing me all this? But Gloria, my dear, I'm not getting anything showing up for you as far as payment-wise. I'm not really sure why. Because the last payment that it's showing that I received was from yesterday. Let's refresh the page. Activity. Activia. PayPal is where I sent it. Oh, for some reason it's not showing you. You might want to check and make sure your payments went through, my dear. I don't know why it's not showing it. Because I've had you send stuff here before. And it's normally always went through. So weird. What an odd debacle. I don't know why it's telling me. I don't want to send a penny to anybody. I just want to see what the hell is going on. Because if something's going on with my PayPal, then I'm going to have to actually get a hold of PayPal to get it fixed. Hello, Tony, and welcome from Greece, my sweetheart. How are you? By the way, Jessica, how have you been, sweetheart? I just don't know what the heck's going on. So weird. I'm doing good. Just waiting to try to figure out what's going on with PayPal. Which, by the way, my dear, you got a lot of things in your life becoming uncovered. And it seems like you're going through what I like to refer to as a harvest period. Give me 1 second, baby. And normally with harvest periods, there it is, baby. I got you. I don't know why it didn't come in the first time. So we did your first two, sweetheart. And then your third is what's coming towards me. Which I'm going to switch that up. And we're going to go with this. We're all trying to be safe as much as we can. How are you guys doing over in Greece? I know, PayPal is such a pain in the butt. What is coming towards Gloria? What is coming? Hey, Spiritual J. Seems like a lot of uncertainty with energy. Well, I can tell you this, as far as what's coming towards you, there's a lot of things that you've been putting out recently. And you're about to start seeing the new life spring from those seeds that you planted. So basically what this means is that there's opportunities that you've been working towards for a while, and you're going to start seeing the rewards from that. And to try to be a little bit more clear, if I can, give me a second. Okay. So you're talking to a new person and he's a water sign. How will that go? There's a lot. Doesn't seem, I mean, I feel like they have words that they say, but it's not, I don't know. They're not like a super chatty person. Like, they're one of those people that rather listen than to be the one speaking. It's kind of like what I call detective mode, where they want to know everything about you and they just give you that stare when they look at you. But as far as this individual that you're talking to, we got two main cards that I see coming up, and that's lust and love. So it's going to be a balance between these two with you and this new person, of finding out if it's just lust, if it's the energy of the physical attractiveness, or if it's something that's more on a spiritual level instead of just a physical level. These are the Thoth deck. You are correct, my dear. I've got the Thoth deck. I got the Season of the Witch. I got the Angel Oracle, the Messenger Oracle, the Dark Shadows, the Astrology, Tarot, and a bunch of other ones as well. So yeah, there is a lust aspect that is going to occur. Are the same as mine, super. Yep. They are a beautiful deck. I wish they would make a version where it's not like this big, where it's a little bit smaller. Hey, Rocker Life, baby, how we doing? Spiritual J. Let's see what we got going for you, baby. Give mommy a minute. Trying to use some of these decks. Spiritual J, there's a lot of things in your garden that need to be pulled before you can move on to your final stage. You need to pull those, baby. Not a problem, Gloria. You just let me know what you want, when you want, and I'll answer it. I've been doing good via Zoom. Yes, we will be doing a thing via Zoom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up next week. I'm going to start telling you guys about it. You're going to find it over on the Divine Witch page, and I'll try to make sure I include a link here. So for the next month, that way you guys can come in. I'm doing a 10 minimum for the class. So that means that if, you know, that's what I would like for us to get as far as class-wise, but we'll see how it goes. You can rock your life. Just give me a minute, baby. Rocker. Rocker, rocker, rocker. There's a lot of webs in your life, Rocker, that you are untangling yourself from, which means that we're trying to get rid of them ties that no longer suit us, which it seems like for the most part, you're being able to escape those things that you know no longer fit into the life that you are leading. But I feel like you're still hoping some will come back and get trapped in with you again. What can I do for you, Gloria? What 2 questions can I answer for you, baby? Yeah, I did. I just double checked and then I went through, sweetheart. I don't know why I didn't go through the first time. You're very welcome, Rocker. Focus. Because I've never had that problem when you send me money. I've had that issue when others have, but not normally with you. That's why I was like, hey, what happened? Do you see the water sign coming to see me? Do you see the water sign coming to see me? Feels like there's a lot of lust. Because I always do Cashapp. Yeah, true. It's going to be a little bit mixed. It's a timing issue. It feels like there's been a few times where they have been ready to make the journey, but the issue that they're having is the timing. It seems things start to come up. So there is a timing issue when it comes to the water sign coming to see you. Plus, there's a little bit of resistance. Not sure on how things are going to go. So maybe some of the time of the, hey, I want to come over and I want to do this, turns into one of those things, well, it may not work out. Let's just abort and we can just keep on going. What's your second one, baby? Well, to answer your question, we've got failure in reverse. So that means, yes, they will be reaching out. And it seems like when they do reach out, it's going to be more of something that turns romantically, just because we got the lovers popping up with that timing. Which honestly, it could be a fuck thing. You know what I mean? You could be doing a hookup of some kind. I don't know if that's part of your life. But maybe that's it. It doesn't have to necessarily be love. But there is a coupling of two people coming together. And there's emotion behind it. And it does seem like this is something that has been building progression. Which I'm going to assume the first question went with the second question. But it does seem like in the past there's been a little thing. Yeah, it's been waiting on Cap forever. I think you kind of need to lay it out. Like, make it not so... No, the first was a water sign. Capricorn is... Okay, never mind. I would just lay it out. Okay. It's time. But he's far. I love how it gets to the moment when that journey needs to be taken. And yet, it's like, oh, I can't do it. Like, what are you afraid of? You're very welcome, sweetheart. You're very welcome. By the way, for anybody who came in that didn't get a reading, if you're wanting one, let me know. Questions, as you guys seen, I do charge for questions, and I do got 30-minute and 60-minute readings that I do. I can do them on here, or we can do them privately. It's up to you. Mm-hmm. 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 So what have some of you little cool cats and kittens out there been up to, who decided to join me and watch me as I play with the locals? What have you kids been doing? Crazy, crazy kids. I call you guys kids, but truth be honest, probably some of you are a little bit older than me, and probably I'm older than some of the younger ones that come in, such as the circle of life. You know, I bought this thing. I rarely use it. The only time I really use it is when I'm on lives or I'm trying to be bougie. Either that or I'm typing and I want a cigarette, but I don't want to have to hold and type and ash everywhere. But I always keep this card in the deck because it means that there's options still left to be had or a conclusion hasn't been made yet. And it's rare that that card pops out, and when it does, that kind of gives me an indication. What kind of class would you guys like to see for our first Zoom class? What would be something that you're wanting to know? Work and sleep, a few minutes of relaxation, listening, and pondering your messages. Don't ponder too hard, my dear, or you'll end up like me in the middle of the night. Yes, you may, my dear. You can get a general. Call 1-800-GENERAL now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread these out, and I'm going to pick which one ever feels right. Because realistically, I got this. So I'm going to ask you to tell me to stop, Hungo. And then when you tell me to stop, I'm going to pick a card from the area that you told me to stop at. So that way I have no indication and it ain't me picking, it's you. So you just tell me when to stop. Grief. So either someone's causing you grief or you're grieving over something. The question is, what are you grieving over? What is on your mind that is causing you so much buckery? You know, if my outfit was changed, I would look pretty fucking demonic right now. What's the advice? Well, it depends on what you're grieving over. If you're giving somebody else the power in your mind, question is, why are you giving them so much power? But if you're grieving over somebody, the question is, why did you let go of them in the first place? And are they worth grieving over? These are the questions. And depending on your answer, depends on exactly what you need to hear. Look at this crazy, chaotic mess. By the way, if anybody else comes in, I'll be doing the same thing. Where you just tell me to stop, and then that's where I'll stop. Makes it easier. Apple. I'm going to hover over these cards while I smoke. And then you get to tell me where exactly you want me to stop. So whenever you're ready, you just say stop, and I'll pick a card from wherever area you chose for me to stop at. You need to start taking in the darker aspects of yourself. You need to welcome the things that darkness can bring while finding out the things that are hidden within the darkness. So that means either one of two things, my dear. But the chat is delayed. Well, it works for me. So, this card right here. Basically, there's one of three ways I can take it. Either one, you need to look within yourself at the things that you're hiding from the world and why are you hiding them. Two, there's things that you need to acknowledge that you're not acknowledging that you know exist, but you're hiding it from yourself and you're refusing to look at it. Or three, there's something that wants to help you, but you need to take a step into that darkness to find out what it is. Hey, when it says stop on my end, that's the divine universe. No puns intended. Miss Seabiscuit of Doom. My cookie of destruction. Sure, Tawny, let me resituate. And lay out my cards of Doom. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hover. And when I see stop, that's where I'll stop. And then a card will be chosen while I finish my last hit. Do 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 do. There's an individual in your life that you want to trap. There's someone that you want to bring into your world and show them what you have to offer. But it seems like they're not giving you the time of day, so you're waiting until it comes to you. See, Cookie of Doom. You got transformation coming through, my dear. May I be added to your list? You may. By the way, for anybody in here, please hit the like button, share with friends, subscribe. Once we hit 1,000, we'll be doing good. It's good for you, and it could be good for the person that you're trying to get. But you always got to remember saying what's good for the spider, maybe chaos for the fly. So it just really depends. Is what you're willing to go after or what you're waiting on worth it? And do they see the same outcome towards you? And as far as Pearl goes, you need to let go. You need to let go of it. Because you keep on staying in the same place with the same individuals. When we don't let go of the things that die around us, they engulf us. And that is what I see for you, Pearl. You got to follow your emotions. And let them be heard. You're very much welcome, my dear, and you're welcome too, Pearl. We will be doing I don't know if I got it saved on my computer calendar. I know I do got it saved in my mind. I think it's on the 25th, which I'm going to add it to my computer for the book discussion. which when we do the book discussion, I'm going to go live and post the link for everybody. Hello, Jessica, my love. What can I do for you? But I've been thinking about it. I think I'm kind of in between. The in-between of the in-between. In between a more in-depth of either elementals and spirits and, you know, a few tips in there about how to work with them, or Unify Thatcher, then a branch of disjointed sources from my angle away to put a name to my daily habits, rituals, not sure how to say it. Wait. Basically, I know, but unifying Thatcher, then a bunch of disjointed sources from my angle away to put on my basic habits. So are you basically talking about terminology as far as like within your own path, like certain sayings or certain ways to phrase things? Like, if you would, Sarah, go ahead and send me a message on Messenger and kind of go a little bit more in depth for me. Ooh, we got a new player in the midst. Let's see, Jessica. New property manager started today. But you never know. True story. As far as this property manager goes, it doesn't seem bad. Because we got a balance of first house and the 8th house, which it's a balanced individual. It means that they're not going to be swayed by others' opinions. They form their own opinion and they look at the two options that they're given. They always weigh it out. So I don't know if they're a Libra, but I mean, it is possible. But then again, sometimes Libras even can't balance themselves. But it does seem like a balancing option. Yeah, they follow true to themselves rather than to what someone tells them. So they're basically one of those people that observe. They make their own observation, basically, and they don't follow what someone else is telling them. So as far as how that's going to be good with you, I think as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you ain't going to have no issues. And what would be your second question, dear Jessica? Which this might have to be my last question of the night. Because here in a little bit, the hubby is going to be beckoning me from his workplace. Is there anything else you wanted to know, sweetheart? By the way, how's the apartment going? Is it looking good? Does the energy feel right? Like, how are we doing with that? Any love? Well, it seems like there's a few things blocking you. Which the few things that are blocking you is trying to find out exactly what it is that you're wanting. Between if you're wanting something spiritual, something physical, or a manifestation of both when it comes to the matters of love. But will there be love here soon? Seems like something will come up, but I feel like it's more of a distant type of love, to where this might start online and then progress to something else. It doesn't feel like that's going to be someone that's close to you, if you get my drift, baby. Hey, Asia, how we doing, baby? I swear I just seen a ball of light behind me. I don't know if anybody else seen it. I'm going to have to go back after this video uploads. But not in my bedroom. That's not good, baby. Yes, I do have Cash App. It's spelled just like the name. Here, I'll just put it in there for you. It'll be easier. Give me a second, baby. But what kind of vibes are you getting? Like you just feel like you're being watched or what, baby? Hey, Angela. How we doing, baby? Everybody's like, hey, you're back. I've been doing good. Bear's doing good. Like one leg, he started to walk on. The other leg, he's like sadness. Have you been having a lot of sad thoughts in that room lately? Like, not saying that the bedroom's bad, but like, is that where you contemplate pretty much? You're very welcome, sweetheart. You try to get some sleep, baby. Yeah, not a problem, baby. I would love to see it. I know the day that you got your keys, I looked at my husband. I was like, she got her keys. I was so excited. He was like, do you know her? I was like, no. I was like, yeah, but no. He's like, you're so excited. I was like, what's wrong with being excited for someone else's game? You know what I mean? What is your 4 questions, baby? I don't sleep. I'm in my bedroom. Where the fuck do you sleep, girl? You gotta sleep somewhere unless you're sleeping under somebody else. Which, I mean, if you are, hey. In my living room. I get it. Some people are like that. My mom used to be like that. She used to be a couch sleeper. Yeah, no problem, baby. Let me pick out my mid cards. Focus. Okay. Ooh. All right. So, Asia, baby. For the first one, there's a lot of emotions attached to the way this woman feels about you. It's like the difference between night and day kind of vibes. You know what I mean? Like one minute they're cool with you. The next minute you don't know if like they're joking or if they're not. It seems like they're not looking for the success in the relationship. And the reason I say that is because I get the success card. And when it's in reverse, that's hoping that it fails. So I don't know if you guys got on the wrong foot or not, or maybe he's like a mama's boy and she's just like super overprotective or what. But I feel like it's more of a power struggle because we got the Empress. And the Empress is one of like, this is the way things were and this is how they run. No one's going to come in and try to put that out. You know what I mean? I told Brandon I wanted to heal and grow with him. And she was like, oh, she's good with words. He's a mama's boy. And the reason that I say that with her and the vibes is because the vibes that she's picking up on, which you're talking about, is the devil vibes, which is manipulation. Being able to persuade one into doing what you want and how you want, whether it be verbally, physically, emotionally. Some people use the term grooming, but you're not grooming him. Like, it's just this, it's a mommy protect the baby bird kind of vibe on a serious fucked up level. And as far as where it goes from there, we get this card, which that means the conclusion hasn't yet been met. It's one of those, it's almost like a hazing in a way. You know how like some sororities, little haze people until they get to a certain point and then they're like, okay, you're cool. You dealt with my shit. You dealt with how I am. You're going to be good for this person, or you're going to be good for us, or I accept you. That kind of thing. And as far as your second question, which that's a lot. Give me 1 second, baby. There is a little bit of worry on their end of it not working out. Crap. Because we got the 3 of disc in reverse, which means works. So when I see this in reverse, that means the lack of something working or the fear of something not working out. And then we also got the 10 of Wands, which is oppression. So these thoughts that they're having that it's not going to work or it's not going to go in the direction that it needs to be going in, they're holding this back because they fear if they tell you this, then that's going to affect the way the relationship's going. And if it's going good, why fuck it up? Then we got the Hermit, which this is where we kind of seclude ourselves from what we're feeling, what we're thinking, and kind of being social with people around us. It almost feels like there's a block. Like you see what I want you to see versus what is really going on. So it's kind of like somebody putting up their defense shields. Then we've also got changes coming about, of trying to find a balance within it, of trying to work past what's happened versus what's currently going on. So it seems like they're trying to work through it, but I don't know how well that's going to come across. Right. Yeah, I broke up with him 3 weeks ago and ignored him, but told him that he can work on our friendship right now. Hey, Ja, you can be added to the list, baby. He is emotionally guarded. So yeah, like from his instant, there's a lot of where's it going to go? Is this going to be one of those things where we get over it and we get back together? Or is this going to be one of those things where it's just like, this is it and I'm done? So that's kind of like where it's at this moment, Asia. And so I would definitely, but that mother energy, that's some crazy ass shit. Especially depending on your age, depending on like, you know, their age, you know what I mean? Like I get it. Moms want to be protective of their children, but there's a certain time that you got to kind of back off and let your kids make their own mistakes. Not saying you're a mistake, but you know what I'm saying. And Ja, you are not taking the time that you need to reground yourself and to heal yourself. You need to take some time back for yourself, baby. So yeah, babe, I would just kind of go with it. See where it leads. Either that or just buckle down and have a true conversation. Like, this is how I was feeling. This is what led to this. I don't know how you're going to take it, but I'd rather be real and upfront with you and put it down like it is than us just playing this game of back and forth. So that's how I would lay it out. You know, if you're wanting to get that, we can still work towards like a friendship type of thing, and you want to be real, you got to be real. You know what I mean? Which, you know, hear that or just move on. You know what I mean? Like, do you really want to fight to prove to someone that maybe it didn't work because their mother? Or is it one of those things that it's worth it? And that's another thing you got to ask yourself. Is it worth putting you through all this BS just to try to be with somebody? If you think they're worth it, then keep on persisting it. But if you don't think it's worth it, I wouldn't even spend my time worrying about it. Hubby's trying to call, and I'm like, I'm in alive. But it says I'm alive. You gotta love technology. But yeah. So hopefully it works out, baby. Hopefully you can figure out a solution that works right for you. But if everybody's done with me for tonight, I'm gonna hump off here. I'm gonna hump off here. Fuck my life. I'm gonna hop off here. I thought that was my phone ringing. Nope, it was mine. So I'm gonna hop off here or hump off here, however you want to leave it as. But I will be here tomorrow. I'm gonna try to be on at 4, but if I'm on a little bit later, you'll see me pop up. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be gone for long. But if you guys need me before then or want to book a private reading, all you got to do is email me at thedevinewitch@gmail.com and we can go from there. All right, guys. Mwah. Be safe, be happy, and see you tomorrow.